Well, Nise, how are you?
Sorry, yeah, sorry, I'm good. How are you?
How shall I pronounce your name? Nise.
Hmm.
Nise.
Yeah, perfect, perfect.
Sure, right. Well, let's talk about Candelabrum. Will be this your first time in Mexico with Sacramentum?
Yes, it will. Yeah, I'm truly looking forward to it very, very much, and I'm so excited to play in Mexico for the first time, and at the Candelabrum Metal Fest, it's a privilege, and I'm very grateful and proud to be part of that.
And tell us, what do you plan to play in Candelabrum? You have been performing far away from the summits entirely, or you will be choosing something more from your extended discography?
No, I think that we will do the Far Away from the Sun show at Candelabrum Metal Fest, because this is the first of many shows we will be doing in Mexico, I
Well,
believe. So,
you weren't inactive for many years as a band. What
yeah.
made you come back?
Um, we always felt when we stopped the band back in the days, it was we were taking a break for like a year, we thought, but 1 year became 2 years and 3 years and so on. And during the years, I always felt that I wanted to pick it up again, and I spoke to Anders about it, the guitarist, and he said no, I don't want to, and I let it go because I felt that I don't want to do it without him. And the years passed, and all of a sudden I got a phone call from Anders, and he asked me about how I felt about starting Sacramentum again, and I were, very, very excited and glad that he asked the question, and I said that yes, but I have some conditions if in that case, and I said that I will only do the vocals, so I can perform live as I always wanted to, because the playing the bass at the same time always held me back from expressing myself on stage, and to be doing Far Away from the Sun album justice, I had to just do the vocals so I can live and feel everything, and get it into with the audience. And when we started to rehearse about this, we felt like we both missed it for a very, very long time, and it was natural. It was time. We didn't think that it would take this long time, but it did, and but I think we needed that time to be able to do these great shows, which I think they are now. Because if we would have been doing it too early, I think we would have been doing it for the wrong reasons. But now we are doing it for, ourselves, for and most, but we are really living the songs on stage, and doing Far Away from the Sun in full. It speaks for itself, I think, and the magic contained on the album is amplified 10 times with the audience, I believe. So it's a calling. I can't describe it anything more than that, it was finally time to do it, and yeah, I'm super glad. I'm very, very glad to be back anyway.
And how do you feel your music and your art is still valued after so many years in a country as far as away from Sweden as Mexico?
Yes, it's amazing, and again, we're truly blessed and very, very thankful for people that can relate to our music and the art, the feeling that we have created for so many years ago, because we were quite young back then, and we that's part of the magic. I think that we were we were doing something that we didn't really have control over or knew what we were doing. We were just going by our feelings and creating something. And when I look back and read the lyrics and things from Finis Malorum and Far Away from the Sun, especially, I feel like fucking hell, you know, I would like to sit down and speak to this young gentleman. He's sharp. I mean, I am shocked myself sometimes over the insights and the content that we did back then. But as I see it today, I can only describe it as we were vessels for something much bigger and much grander than we could ever possibly understand back then. But nowadays, at least we feel that we are tapping into the same feeling, and we're taking it from there.
Talking about your lyrics, many of your songs from Sacramentum and genre in general are based on story and legends, part of the folklore of your country and the Nordic region, something totally strange for us. We don't have that here in Mexico, but even so, it's things that have a great connection between the Mexicans, the Latin American fans, and your art and your culture. What do you think?
I think there's a lot of I don't agree with you that you don't have those stories, and because you have your own. You have, like, for the instance, Santa Muerte, and this is something that has inspired me both from back in the days and still are doing today. So we just have different takes on the stories and legends, you know, and all of that combined inspires me to do right. But what inspires me most is my own spiritual journey, you know, and that includes people and cultural from Mexico, South America, Scandinavia, Northern America, you know, Africa. It's a universal thing, you know. It's and different culture have only gotten me to see things in another perspective, because that's all that there is, you know. It's a perspective, and I have tremendous respect and interest for Mexican culture in general and South American culture, and I have, for example, on my personal devotional altar, so to speak, it's the standing three Santa Muerte statues, and I, you know, devote to them every day, and so it is a connection. It is it's hard to describe, maybe, but I feel a connection with it that is beyond this level of consciousness, or whatever, how I can explain it.
Yeah, of course. When you came here in Mexico, we will bring you to the real thing, the Santa Muerte thing.
Yes.
Maybe some gift for you in the festival. But tell us, your last album, Thy Black Destiny, was released in 1990. Have you thought about recording something new?
Yes, we are writing new songs and have been doing so for a while. But since we have been playing live so much the last, it has been a priority to do these live shows. So, and we're still working on the new album, but we feel that it is no rush, you know. As we had a long break, and we want to do an album that can do Sacramentum justice. So we are really working with those songs, and we won't record it or release it until we are 100% satisfied with it. But I can tell you that another thing is that I have been reworking from the original analog tape reels, the Coming of Chaos album, which were recorded back in 1997. Me and Dan Svane has done a completely new remix of that album, and it is a whole different album really than what was released back in 97. And it has also, I've written extensive liner notes to this to explain why, and all of the things that happened back then and what has happened now. And also it will come with a new stunning painting of Christian Necrolord Volin, which will really have this same and true atmosphere of the album, because the cover that were used back then was, you know, a joke really. But so this album is coming on Center Media later this year, and we'll take it from there, and we'll see about the forthcoming album of Sacramentum. We feel, as I said, we are there's no hurry in doing this. So when we feel it's right, then we will take it. But we're working on it, and it's a lot of interesting and good material.
Yours, and let's talk about the past, not the future. You know, Gothenburg is best known for bands that are part of the so-called Gothenburg sound, like, you know, In Flames, Tranquility, At the Gates. Right. But you started in the middle of that. How did you feel in the middle of all that movement?
Back in those days, we coming from we're not from Gothenburg from the beginning, but we moved to Gothenburg in the early 94. We moved it down there, yeah, and we needed a rehearsal place, and we actually had the same rehearsal place as In Flames back then, and they only released their first album back then. So you know, we were all friends back then, you know, hanging out, partying, and you know, also of course inspiring each other in some ways, but we all had our own unique feel to what we wanted to do, even though we often are compared with Dissection a lot. And yes, of course, it's in the same vein, but Dissection has always been more classic rock song structures, and while Sacramentum is more grandeur, it is more complex than that. And yeah, that's how I feel about it anyway. And yeah, nowadays it Gothenburg scene, I mean, it's so big, so nowadays I don't know. I meet some of the guys here and there, but you know, it's not like the good old days.
You know, of course, I haven't been into Sacramentum show yet, but I see you're very theatrical band, using many elements for your shows, like fire, blood, very ritual. How important is visual elements for you as a band?
It is important. I mean, to set the feeling, to set the vibe, and to create the special atmosphere that we do on stage, and together with the audience, creating an energy so strong and so potent and powerful that it will rip open everything that will try to stand in its way. And I believe that most people who are attending our shows with an open mind will see that there's something more to this than just a simple death black metal show. It is profound, it is deep, it is from the depth of our hearts and souls. And this blood, this is a very important thing. It is in the song "Blood Shall Be Spilled," of course. Then I, in a ritualistic way, spill blood all over me and invite the audience to see things in another way. And this is a symbolic act for slaying everything that stands in the way of you as individual, to limit yourself, that you are limitless, but there's so many things in society and you know, parents, friends, family, whatever, that holds you back. But you can control this, and you can get past this, but only you yourself can do this. And this is what I do. I open it up, I show it, and we together can feed from that energy, and it empowers us, me, myself, all the band, and the audience, or those who are willing to take part of that energy and power to transform into something they always wanted to be. I am offering this. We are offering this on stage anyway.
Well, Nisse, thank you so much for this talk. Really, really excited to see you here in Candelabrum, Mexico in September. And thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I'm looking forward to meet you and all of the people, our fans, old friends from Mexico. As I said, I'm super excited, and this will be the first time we ever played in Mexico, but it will definitely not be the last. I guarantee that.
Cool, and we will show you the Santa Muerte ritual here in Mexico, maybe.
Oh, yes. Please, I would not. It interests me so much, and it's. Yes, I am truly blessed to be able to visit your beautiful country and by great people, meet new great people that I'm sure of will be lifelong friends of mine. So yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Me too. Well, Nisa, thank you so much and take care. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.